Hi guys, it's Daniel here, and this is my first video of hopefully many, but I never keep up with these sorts of things, but hopefully I keep up with it. So I'm making this video because I'm joining the PMP to do the Budget of Sigmar, and as the title states, yep, I know I'm pretty late. What is it? It's 2.5 months in and it's 6 months, so I'm nearly halfway behind. And I suppose I might as well say something about myself. I'm actually from the same area of the world as Doom and Darkness, but I'm from Melbourne instead of Adelaide. I've been on and off with Warhammer since pretty much the start of 6th edition. I played for like maybe 3 or 4 years in 6th, and I missed 7th, played a couple of games at 8th, and I'm hoping to try and play in Age of Sigmar. I'll show a few pictures of what I've done. I'll go through them pretty quick, so if you want to look at them, just pause. The first one is a slightly converted Slan. I took him off his Temple Guard because he always broke. And this is, the paint job is actually probably at least 10 years old and still a bit incomplete, but I like him and he's my pride and joy. The next one is my current, probably best painted model. It's a Thunder Tusk. As you can see, his head is not quite finished and neither are his riders, who are completely missing. Hopefully I'll finish it ever. Next one is the Carnifex from my Tyranids. My Tyranid army is mostly unpainted, but this guy turned out pretty well. And last is a Malifaux crew that I just finished, so just starting with Rasputina and having got the Essence of Power instead of the Wendigo to go with it. So I mostly paint with the sort of a dry brush and washes and a little bit of edge highlighting, and I suppose I consider myself tabletop or a bit better, but I pretty much go with the I'll try and get it done method. So the reason that I am doing the Budget of Sigmar is that I have a lot of models and I never get them painted. I have a Nurgle Force which I've had sitting around for a while, and it's, well, I undercoated a couple of them, so the budget will be a way to force me to paint them. The force I've got at the moment is an unclean one. I've got 4 of the Plague Toads from Forge World. I've got a box of Chaos Warriors, a box of Chaos Knights, and I've got a Galrouch Dragon, that's how you say it. And I don't know whether I want to convert him to be a 3-headed dragon to use as a Chimera, or stick a rider on him and use it as a Lord on Manticore. So I'll probably do that towards the end. Luckily though, this leaves me probably, I think it's about 15 wounds and a handful of models to get to the 30 and 100 for the Budget of Sigmar, so it does leave me something to get towards the end to add on. Thinking probably some of the Blight King, because they're pretty cool looking, and that's pretty much how I choose everything I buy for every army that I do. I know Vince, from listening to some of his videos, despises Nurgle because they're basically gross, and I decided that I was going to go with a slightly different scheme to the typical everything's rotten and got leprosy. So with the Plague Toads, and this is where it all started, I had the idea of doing them in the sort of colours of the poison arrow frogs you get in the Amazon, and then maybe carrying some sort of brightly coloured forest theme through the army, because in nature, when something's poisonous and it wants you to stay away, it goes crazy bright colours. So by doing that, I hope to get a bit more colour. Also, I want to stick away from doing too much green, because my Tyranids are green, my Lizardmen are green, and those are 2 of the 4 armies I own. So to have 3 green armies would probably be a bit repetitive. So I've got 2 bits of inspiration apart from the arrow frogs. The first one is a picture by Sprocket's Small World. He's got his own website, and it's of Gutrot Spume, and it is incredible. And what I really like about it is that he's used, instead of green, he's used a turquoise colour on the armour plates, and turquoise is one of my favourite colours. So if I can vary up the typical rotting green Nurgle with some turquoise armour, I think that would look pretty cool. I'll have to be a bit careful about it looking too close to Tzeentch, but this Gutrot doesn't look like Tzeentch at all, so hopefully it'll work. The other bit of inspiration I've got is by a poster called Albinork. I think that's how you say it. I posted this on Daka Daka probably 4 or 5 months ago, and it is of a purple cloak sort of fading into the green, and so I think that looks pretty cool again. I do like purple as well, so if I can vary up the colours of Nurgle by throwing some of the turquoise and this purple in, I think it'll look pretty cool. That was until I did this test model. I need a bit of help on the colour scheme. I like the back view, although I'm not sure about the sort of bone colour for the fur, and I'm thinking that I might take the purple and reduce it a bit, so it's just following the lines of the fur of the cloak, so extend the green up a bit. But overall I'm happy with what the back is starting to look like. Again, this is just a pretty quick colour scheme mock-up. But the front, I don't know. What I'm thinking I'll do is just make the turquoise bits of armour either like a dirty bronze, your typical Nurgle, everything's got rust on it, or maybe a green to match like what the shield will be, and then use the turquoise in some feature areas. So for instance, the emblem on the shield, and maybe keeping it on the base part of the cloak from the rear view. So what I'm going to do for this month is try and get the unclean one and the plague toads painted. That gives me, well, probably only gives me a couple of weeks, and with work and family and so on, I'll probably end up having to do most of that between Christmas and New Year's, so we'll see how that goes. But I hope that by doing 2 units in one I can cheat a bit and catch up. I'll end it there, and I hope this video hasn't been too rambly. I'm not very good at this, so I will probably get better. I look forward to the advice and the motivation. I guess that's what this group is for. I think I'll call it there. Okay, thanks guys, and hope to be posting another video soon. Cheers.